This is what happens when you start this now. You rewrite the story you're living on purpose, not just default. So starting now isn't selfish. It isn't a luxury. It's wise. It's strategic. And it's powerful. Welcome to Life Coaching for Mompreneurs, the show that helps you to win at work without losing at home. I'm your host, Martine Williams, and today we are diving into a special mini-series called The Reset You Didn't Know You Needed. If you've been feeling stretched thin, stuck in survival mode, or like you've lost a little bit of yourself in that daily grind, this series is for you. And it's leading up to something powerful, a free 3-day live workshop I'm hosting called The Work-Life Reset. It's happening April 22nd through the 24th, and I created it to help you feel like you again, with more clarity, energy, and peace. You can save your spot right now at martinewilliams.com/work-life-reset. All right, let's get into today's episode. Well, hey friend, welcome back to the special episode series, the mini series of the podcast. And this is our final episode of the reset you didn't know you needed. So over the past few episodes, we've talked about burnout, we've talked about misalignment, the truth about resets, what's possible when you say yes to yourself again. And today I want to go maybe even a little bit more personal, because if I could leave you with one thought before we kick off the work-life reset, it would be this. I wish I had started sooner. I don't want that to be your reality as it was my reality. And maybe after hearing this, you won't wait as long as I did. Maybe I'm hoping that you won't wait as long as I did. And I don't want you to use that statement as like living in regret, because that's not what it's about. It's about having an awareness on why I was putting things off. Why I was believing the things that I was believing, thinking the things that I was thinking. And so I want to, as someone who has been there, done that, I want to help you to not have that statement come up for you. Like, I wish I had started my business sooner. I wish I would have invested in coaching sooner. I wish I would have slowed down sooner, reset sooner. You kind of fill in the blank there, because that statement can come up at all different seasons of our life. So why do we wait? We wait because we're busy. Let's just be honest. We put it off for another day because we are just trying to survive the day. We wait because life looks fine on paper. And this comes up a lot when we're looking at other people's lives and their struggles, and we think, well, at least I'm not going through that, so I'm fine. I know someone listening right now is resonating with that, because that has been part of my thinking for many, many, many years. We wait because we think later will be easier. When I get my business to this place, when my kids get to this age, you fill in the blank on what later and how you're telling yourself that it will be easier. But here's the truth. Later almost always costs more. It costs more energy, costs more joy, and costs more opportunity. So a statistic that I came across was that 77% of people report experiencing burnout at their current job, but only 36% say they do something proactive about it. That's mind-blowing. And it has become an epidemic. I mean, it's just, especially among mom entrepreneurs, it's the belief that this is just the way it is. And most people wait until they're completely exhausted. We've talked about this, daydreaming of hospital admission because they just need the break, and they're just daydreaming that they'll get sick or they'll be put down. Listen, I have had maybe not a hospital visit, but I have definitely thought if I could just get sick, which is so twisted when you think about it, but it would give me permission to just be resting in bed, right? So most people just wait until they're completely exhausted before they even think about a change. But what if you didn't have to wait for the full crash before you allowed yourself a reset? What if you didn't have to get to that pain level that we talked about in a previous episode? And so I waited because I believed resetting was something you do when you hit XYZ, right? It was something I believed that I would do when my business was at a certain level, when things would slow down, when my kids were at a certain age. Like these were all the things that I was telling myself. And for me, it was pretty sneaky. It wasn't so much that I was feeling physically exhausted because I do have a high capacity and I do have the ability to do lots of different things at different times. So it wasn't necessarily that, it was just losing myself in the process, like losing the fun Martine. That's what I realized that needed to be reset. I had become so focused on career, so focused on success that I lost myself in the process. And I didn't see a reset as a strategy for living well. And I wish I had known better, right? I wish that I had started sooner. So, what waiting cost me was more memories, more joy, moments of presence. It cost me, most importantly, connection with myself and with the people that matter most to me. Because if I'm disconnected from myself, I'm probably not able to show up and connect truly with the people that matter most. I know I wasn't able to. So I stayed stuck in survival mode longer than I needed to. And I missed out on how good life could have felt simply because I thought this is just how it is. This is what entrepreneurship is. Again, building my first business, I was new in entrepreneurship. I wasn't new to hard work, but I was new to entrepreneurship. And so I just thought this is how it is. And there were so many amazing and still so many amazing things and experiences that I was able to create for myself and my family and making it sound like it was all hard and wrong and all the things, and it wasn't. But there was definitely those seasons where I was off. Things were off. Things were out of alignment. And because I have that high pain tolerance, it took a while for me to realize something is not right here. This is not how it's supposed to be. So, what happens when you start now? Like when you start now with yourself, you reclaim your time you can never get back. You reconnect with what lights you up. You rebuild your rhythms before they collapse. This is what happens when you start this now. You rewrite the story you're living on purpose, not just default. So, starting now isn't selfish, it isn't a luxury, it's wise, it's strategic, and it's powerful. So I remember trying to write out some goals for the year. And for the first time, realizing that I couldn't write anything down for myself when it came to things that were fun for me or things that I wanted to do for myself. I had many dreams for my business and many dreams for my family. But for me personally, I struggled. No dreams, no excitement, no vision for any of it. And I realized in that moment that I hadn't left space for myself to dream about those things and to really think about what is it that I want. I had been so busy serving everyone else's dreams that I completely lost touch with some of my own. And again, it hit me. It's time for a pause. And the good news is that I didn't stay stuck because I'm here today and I chose to reset and everything changed. I found clarity again. I found my confidence again, and I found a whole new rhythm that actually supported my life. So I want you to think about this. Karen Lamb says, and you've probably heard this quote before, a year from now, you may wish that you had started today. The time is going to pass anyway, friend. And you're listening to these episodes and hopefully you've registered for the work life reset. But if you haven't, like, this is the time. Today is the day for you to reset, for you to, whether you're on one end of the spectrum where you're just kind of feeling a little bit off or something doesn't feel right, but you're not really able to pinpoint it, or if like, I can't keep going like this and I'm not sure where to start. No matter where you are on that spectrum, we're going to meet you there. But today is always the best next chance that you have. I mean, I think about myself and I think about others when I know you can relate to this, where it's like, I'll wait until Monday to start eating healthy, right? Or I'll wait until Monday to get back to the gym, or there's something about a Monday, right? To get started. But today is always the best chance you have because it's the only day you're guaranteed right now. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. None of us are. We've seen that really extremely in the last, 4 years or so. So I want you to know that you're not too late. It's not too late. You're not too far gone. Whatever your brain is trying to tell you right now, you're right on time for your own breakthrough. And this is the right opportunity for you to take that next step. Your future self is waiting for you to say yes today. And there's probably a tug of war going on in your brain right now. Oh, we don't have time for this. Getting ready to go into spring break or summer's coming, like all of the things. And I just want you to notice this for now. This is some of the work we do inside all of my coaching programs is learning to notice that resistance that comes up. Why do we have this resistance? Where is it coming from? Getting aware of it, not shaming yourself or beating yourself up about it, but just notice I hate to say the word excuses because that feels very judgmental, but it kind of is what it is, right? For even when I'm thinking about my own self and I think about things that I put off, it's like, it's just kind of an excuse. And we can either make excuses or we can make results, one or the other. And so just to notice what's coming up for you as you've been listening to this mini series, as you've been thinking about this reset, like what are the thoughts that are showing up for you? And we're going to dive into some of them in the work-life reset because a well-managed mind is everything, friends. It really is. So your future self is waiting for you to say yes today. She's stronger, she's clearer, she's freer, and she's so grateful that you didn't wait, that you didn't put this off, that you didn't make another excuse why, that you didn't put another thing in front of your own well-being and your own need for creating a sustainable success in life and business. She's there. And you've heard me say on the podcast that I don't prescribe to the new year, new you. Like we don't need a new you. We need the you that's already there. She's just been buried by life, by circumstances, by her own thinking, and she's ready to come back alive. She's ready to be strong again. She's ready to be clear again. She's ready to be free again. And she be thinking about how grateful she is going to be that you didn't wait. And the impact of that on everyone else. Again, you are the asset. So if you're feeling the nudge, even a little, don't wait. It's free. There's literally no reason for you not to sign up for this because it's 100% free. And there are replays. So if you can't get on live, don't let that be the reason that you don't sign up because I will be sending out the replays each day. So again, it's April 22nd through the 24th. It's 3 days. It's live. It's free. And it's going to be transformational for you. It's going to be your first steps into creating what's next for you. So I'm going to walk you through my 3-step rhythm reset method. And you're going to clear the noise. You're going to reclaim your energy and you're going to realign your life so it feels like yours again. So go to martinewilliams.com/work-life reset. And I can't wait to see you inside the reset. Let's make today your day one. All right, friends, if this episode hit home and you're realizing, wow, I might actually need a reset, then don't wait. Join me for the Work-Life Reset. It's a free 3-day live workshop happening April 22nd through 24th. It's the place you want to be. You're going to walk away with clarity, confidence, and a reset rhythm that actually works for your life. So you want to go to martinewilliams.com/work-life reset to save your spot. And if you know a fellow mompreneur, and I know you do, who's been running on empty, send this episode her way. Friend, you don't need to earn your rest. You just need a rhythm that sustains you. And I will catch you in the next episode.